What's going on, fellow fly tyers? Nick here, and today we're going to be tying micro streamers. So this is a must-have fly in your fly box. In my experience fishing this fly, I have caught everything from carp to trout, big trout, very big trout, brown trout, rainbow trout, bass, even catfish, surprisingly. So this fly seems to catch everything, and it seems like fish just really, whatever kind of fish you're going after, they eat leeches. So if you're subscribed to the channel already, you may remember my last micro streamers video where we tied these jig leeches up. So today we're going to be doing the same fly, but in a much smaller version. I'm going to be tying it on a size 18 hook today. But in order to do that, I had to change up the materials a little bit. On the previous fly, we used rabbit strip, and we tied it on a size 8 jig hook. And we're going to be using pine squirrel instead of the rabbit strip because pine squirrel, the hide on it is much smaller, much thinner than a rabbit strip, so you can tie it on a smaller fly. So I'm going to show you how I do that. Let's go through the materials and then we'll get right into tying. Okay, so first things first, I've got a size 18 jig hook in the vise right now. And you'll notice that that bead I have on there might look a little bit oversized for that hook. But that's just because I want this fly to get down as fast as possible. I'm usually fishing this right off the bottom, bouncing it off rocks, that kind of thing. So I am using fulling mill slotted tungsten beads in a size 3.2 millimeter. Those are them right there. Then the main material we're going to be using is pine squirrel in this gray and white color there. So this is going to be a two-tone fly. You can see that the hair on this is a nice, beautiful brown and gray color, and then the hide on it is white. So I'm actually going to grab some white rabbit hair to put under the belly of this fly to give it that two-tone look. So even though this is called the jig leech, with this pattern I think that it might imitate more of like a really small little minnow. And then we'll just have some flashaboo for the body. I use extra strength. You don't have to, but I just prefer to use extra strength because it is just more durable. When you're wrapping it, you can wrap it more tightly wound around the hook shank. The size thread I am also using today is, I'm using a 3/0 thread. I'm sorry, not 3/0, that would be huge for this fly. This is a 6/0, which even for this fly might be kind of big. I would definitely go smaller, I just don't have any available to me right now. So whatever thread you feel comfortable using on a size 18 hook should be fine. Come up the hook point, the hook bend a little bit more than you normally would, because this is exactly where I'm going to lay the flashaboo. And I'll grab about 3 strands. Come on. There we go. Yeah, so I'll just lock it in right at the base there, and then I'll come up the hook bend to just underneath where my vise is holding on to the hook. I'll come back down. Oh, that's a little too much excess. I'll trim that off. Bring my thread back up to the bead, and now I'll just continue to wrap this flashaboo nice and even. Catch that hook point. And if your flashaboo spreads out, like if you can see that right there, it's kind of spread out a little wide, that's perfectly fine. It's going to create a nice even transition through the body of this fly and create that pupa looking hook shank. And again, I like to use the extra strength because as I'm wrapping like this, I can pull it really tight and make sure it's nice and secure. And then I'll give it a couple of wraps right behind the bead. Let's lock that in, keep it tight, don't let the pressure go. Give this a couple of wraps. There we go. Now we can trim this guy off. Alright, that looks good to me. Perfect. So I use this full skin of the pine squirrel because I like to be able to have variety in the size of the strips that I have. So for this one, since it's a really small, we're on a really small size 18 hook, I want to find one that has a nice thin hide and that's going to fit. It's not going to overcrowd my hook shank too much. This one looks pretty good. Hide's nice and thin on there. And with these leeches, I always go roughly about 2.5 times the hook shank from where I tie it in to the end of the tail. Right about there looks good. Let's trim that off. And what I'll do is I'll flip this over this way so I can tie the pine squirrel in underneath with the hide facing up. Just like so. And you just want to catch the end, the very end of the hide, so you don't have a really long tag end to trim off there. Just like that. Then I'll flip it back over just to make sure it looks that it's placed in there the way I want it to. I like to tie my flies the way I imagine they will be swimming in the water. And I'll just give this a few wraps to lock that in place. That looks perfect. Just clean that up, flip it back over again. So now, all I'm going to do is, we're still going to use, if you still have rabbit strip, we're just going to use the hair on this guy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just pull his hair up like this, and I'm going to take a good little chunk, maybe not that much. That might be too much. I'm just going to cut this off from the hide, and this hair is going to create the belly of the fly. Right about there. You want the tips of this hair to be just slightly shorter than the hide. It could even be just about the same length, but I like it to be right about there. But I'm going to tie this in right behind the bead. Let that catch right there. And then before I cinch it down, I'm just going to make sure it's spread around so it creates more of a belly. And I'm just going to do some securing wraps. I'm going to try to stay as tight to the bead as I can because I don't want to go back. Just trim off this excess. There we go. Just going to catch those tags. There's some little baby tags there, but again, I'm going to stay right tight behind the bead. So I want this fly to stay nice and clean, and I don't want to wrap over my Flashabou because I want to keep that exposed like that. And all I'm going to do now is just clean up these thread wraps. Just like that. Finish it off. If you guys are new here, I don't usually whip finish my flies. That's just because of my lack of effort into trying to do the whip finish. So I'll just put a few of these half hitch knots and it'll be just as good. Just make sure that is secure, and now I can trim that off. So the last thing that I'll do is I'll just hit it with some UV glue. So what I'll do is I'll kind of pull this hair back like this, and then I'll just cover the Flashaboo this way. That stays very durable. And then also the UV really brings out that flash on there. And then of course over the thread wraps as well, just to finish that off. But that's it. That's the fly right there. As I said, super effective, catches a lot of different species, and super simple to tie. I tie these on everything from a size 2 hook and now all the way up to this size 18. So, you can really play around with the sizes. Smaller ones, I'll usually use that for trout and carp, maybe even panfish, bluegill. And then I'll go bigger for bigger species like bass, and trout too will hit the bigger flies. But this is a true micro streamer right here, size 18. I don't think there's any reason to go any smaller than this with a streamer, in my opinion. If you guys have smaller streamers, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. But thank you for watching. I always appreciate you guys coming in. And please let me know in the comments if you have any questions at all. I'm always happy to help. And thank you guys for watching.